Hi, welcome to vlog 80. Thank you so much for coming back. I told you I'd be back tomorrow night, which is tonight. No, it's great to be back vlogging again. It's great to be back doing the daily updates. Thank you so much to everybody who left a really nice comment and a bit of encouragement. It really makes a difference. I appreciate it. So it's been a great day today. I particularly took away a couple of the things that I'd said last night about, reasons for stopping and how that can sort of maybe correlate with what you're going through setting up a business, and how it's never a good idea just to quit just because you're either not getting the attention or engagement that you were expecting, or because you're feeling as if you're not doing it properly and you've not quite got it right. It's just a case of sticking with it and adjusting and keeping going. And I met with a really good friend of mine tonight. She works in Dubai and I work in Kuwait. So it's amazing to be able to catch up in the Middle East. It's fantastic. So we went out for dinner tonight and we talked through loads of things. I think we were at dinner for about 3 hours. And actually some of the conversations that we had have given me ideas for vlogs that I'm going to do in the coming days, because there's always such great ideas to come out of conversations like that. And that's something that I want to discuss with you tonight. It's the benefits of having the right conversations with the right people. And what I realise when I meet people who are like-minded and who are going after a goal and who are committed to do what it takes to achieve that goal, we're not sitting talking about EastEnders. For all my US viewers, you don't know what that is, it's the equivalent of, we're not sitting talking about keeping up with the Kardashians or the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're sitting talking about ideas and business and how to make change happen. And that might sound boring for some people, but I don't think it's going to sound boring for anybody watching this vlog, because if you watch this vlog, then you know it's all about trying to set up your own business or trying to do something different with your life. And if you're trying to do something different with your life, then you know that the more time you spend in conversations about Kim Kardashian and the less time you spend in conversations about how to try and bring better habits in your life, then the balance isn't really going to be shifted in your favour when it comes to success. But I had actually never appreciated before how true that really is. And there's a couple of sort of ideas and philosophies and quotes around this that I sort of wanted to discuss in a bit more detail with you tonight. And one of the things that popped up when we were chatting tonight was this theory that when you are going on any path, when you're starting on any journey, I always refer to entrepreneurship because that's the one that I know, but when you're learning anything, it doesn't matter if you're learning a musical instrument or if you have decided to give up your day job and write poetry for the rest of your life, right? When you start from the stage you start at, you will not know a lot about it. You know a certain amount, but there's going to be a few times where you're in situations where you know the least, or you're the most inexperienced, or you're the least knowledgeable, in certain situations. For example, when you're setting up a business and you go to your first networking meeting, my God, you're shitting yourself. And you're shitting yourself because you think that everybody else is so much better than you, and they've all been doing it longer and they all know how to network. And what are you going to say? You don't know how to network. So you go in and you realise, well, all I know how to do is be myself. And then what you very quickly realise is that's all you ever need to know how to do. So you go into these rooms that you were once so scared to go into. And once you go in a couple of times, you begin to realise, yeah, this is good. I can do this. I totally know what I'm doing. And then that becomes your new comfort zone, like we've spoke about before. But what you need to do is, when you realise that you're in a room where you're then the most experienced person in the room, is you need to get out of it and go into another room. And why do you need to do this? Because if you're the most experienced person in the room, you're not learning anything. And while it's really nice and it's really comfortable to be the know-it-all and to be the person who can help everybody else and to feel as if you're doing something by allowing other people to bask in the glow of your experience, if you like, you're not growing, you're not moving forward, and you're not learning new things. And that's what it's all about. So every time you feel that feeling, every time you feel the feeling of, I've got this, I've totally got this, I know what I'm doing, I know more than them, not in a vain way, but I know at least more, if not the same as, if not more than them, I'm more experienced than them, I can do this. It's time to go. It's time to move on to a different room, increase your networking, go to higher level networking events, surround yourself with a different group of people. And this is also true in the conversations you have with people as well. we all struggle when we go through change in our lives. We all struggle to maintain some semblance of normality in our lives that reminds us of who we are. Nobody wants to hear that anybody became a millionaire and became an arsehole overnight, right? But usually that doesn't happen. Usually the people that get rich and become arseholes were arseholes all along. They just weren't rich enough to be able to show it, right? Money shouldn't change you. Money just magnifies what you are. So when you get entrepreneurs like Mark Cuban, who just seems like a really decent guy, he still seems like a really decent guy. He still seems as if he doesn't take any bullshit, and I bet he was like that back when he was skint as well. So when you're wanting to do something better with your life, this isn't about wanting to be richer than everybody else in your circle. It's not about wanting to have more money so that you can get new friends. It's totally not about that. So that makes it even harder when you realise that you're going to have to start spending time with people who are doing the same things that you want to do. And sometimes that's not your friends that you've got already, and sometimes that's not your family. It doesn't mean you have to cut everybody out of your life. My God, no. Like, I've still got the same friends I went to school with, and I love them all so much, and I look forward to spending so much time with them. Still spend great time with my family. I look forward to spending time with them. I'm not going to cut them out of my life just because I'm on a path that they're not on. We all do different things. But when you're working towards this goal that you have set yourself for so much, what you need to make sure is that the majority of the conversations that you're having in your daily life are positive, meaningful, reinforced conversations which are going to get you towards your goal. And bitching and gossiping and watching other people and enjoying other people fail, which is what we really do when we watch reality TV, isn't going to get you there. Now, I still enjoy it, right? I love a bit of celebrity gossip, don't get me wrong. I love a wee bit of hearing Taylor Swift getting called out by Kim Kardashian on Snapchat. I love that stuff. I watched it for about a solid 6 hours, right? So I'm not saying don't have any of that in your life. We're all allowed to be guilty pleasures. But be careful about the quality of the conversations that you have on a daily basis. And if all you're talking about on a daily basis is, oh, well, did you hear about her? And oh my God, she done this. And can you believe she's done that? Or things like, oh, what are we doing this weekend? Or, oh God, I can't wait for holiday. Or, God, you know, I'm really dreading Monday. If that's what you're constantly talking about, is there not maybe something better you could be doing with your time than spending it bitching and moaning about the situation that you're in? And you will find a million people to join in those conversations, because everybody likes hearing about how shit your life is. Everybody likes hearing about, well, did you have a hard day? I did a really hard day too. Yeah, my boss is a dick and all. Everybody loves those conversations because they can all relate to them. Not a lot of people can relate to the conversation where you go, do you know what? I feel like I've really achieved something today. I feel like I'm really finally getting to where I want to be. I feel so freaking happy. It's unbelievable. Not a lot of people want to be in those conversations, believe it or not, and not a lot of people feel comfortable in those conversations. Find the people that do, because they're out there. They're the other people that are working towards their dreams. And as I say, that doesn't mean you can't have those other conversations. Just be really, really wary when you're in them, that you're not reinforcing the words that you're saying to yourself, which, when you're in those conversations, is don't get too successful, don't be too happy, don't be too content, don't follow your dreams. Because as soon as you start down that road, people are going to talk about you, people are going to laugh about you, and people are going to want to see you fail. And do you know what? People are going to talk about you, people are going to laugh at you, and people are going to want to see you fail. But you don't have to be in conversations with them, you know? Your true friends and your true family will love and support you no matter what you do. So just go do it, you know? Just go put yourself in situations with people who have either been there before or who are on the same journey as you. And talk about ideas and tell them your goal. If I was to tell a room full of people in a networking event, say like one of the very, very first networking events when I set up the business, right? And I went in there and I was like, I'm going to be a letting agent. Oh my God, I'm really scared. And everybody was like, oh, that's great. Oh, I'm going to be, you know, a travel agent. And we were all like, you know, freaking out, right? If I went into that room and said, I'm going to own a multinational business. We're going to do £100 million turnover. I'm going to live in New York and split my time between New York and the Middle East. And I'm going to be financially, financially free. they looked at me like I was an absolute idiot. I would have felt like an absolute idiot because that wasn't my goal at that stage. My goal at that stage was to just get to the next stage. That's not even really my goal just now. That's just like a faraway goal that I can think of. My goal just now is to just get to the next stage. My goal just now is just to afford that apartment in New York. So that's because of the room I was in. I'm now, when I'm in Kuwait, sitting in front of people who are talking about £100 million business is nothing. And I like those conversations, and I like feeling like I'm constantly growing and I'm expanding to the new level. There was nothing wrong with the first room I was in. It's just that as you grow, you move through all these different rooms in life. And if every time you're in a conversation, just think to yourself, is this really having a positive effect on what I'm doing? And it doesn't all have to be happy, clappy, positive thinking, oh my God, we're all, in the zone. It doesn't have to be like that. Everybody has bad days, right? But if you're consistently having conversations about how terrible your life is and how this is wrong and that's wrong and moaning about it and bitching about it and how she did this and he did that, really? Surely there's something else you can be talking about. And start thinking about, would you be entirely comfortable telling these people what your 5-year goal is? You know that 5-year goal you have that you don't want to tell anybody? Could you say it to these people out loud? And if not, then they're not the people you should be speaking to. You should be speaking to people who can help you with the next stage of your goal. And actually, when you think about it, the way that your whole day goes relies on the value and the quality of the conversations that you have. Because when you look back and you've had a terrible day, what have you spent the day doing? You spent the day moaning about how bad your day is. Nobody went through a day of having great conversations and catching up with old friends and having fantastic dialogue and interaction and banter and everything like that, and came out the other end and went, well, that was a shit day. You could get soaked by a car going through a puddle on your way home. You could get caught in a lightning storm. You could forget your keys. It'd still be a good day because you're like, oh my God, mind at dinner when we were talking about that. I've not thought about that for ages. Stuff like that. So have a think about just how important the conversations that you have on a daily basis are, and then remember that the most important conversation you have at any point of the day, of the week, of the month, of your life, the most important conversation you have is a conversation with yourself. What conversation are you having with yourself? Is it the, oh, we'll do that later conversation, or oh, I'm never going to be able to do that? Or is it, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing? Or, oh God, I'm such an idiot, I do that all the time. Or, oh God, why did I ever think I could do this? Because you're listening to the stuff that you tell yourself. So just be really, really careful about the quality of conversations that you're having with everybody else and with yourself. And if you're having bad conversations with everybody else, try talking to some new people. And if you're having bad conversations with yourself, try listening to a new voice. Try speaking in a different tone of voice. Try being a bit more positive with yourself, and maybe try and see how that goes. And hope that wasn't too airy-fairy for you. But it's amazing the difference it makes when you just start being a bit more positive about what you're doing, a bit more focused on your goal, and a bit more comfortable in these new surroundings and new environments where you feel open enough to say genuinely what it is you want to go after. And going after it then actually doesn't seem so scary. Okay, loads to talk to you about over the next few days. I'm really looking forward to it. Have a lovely night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye.